It's still experimental, it's not ironclad yet, but if you want to try it, I'd be more than willing to offer you my plasma.
46 is the new 18, at least for tech mogul and biohacker Bryan Johnson. This man is rewriting the rules of aging by investing a fortune into his quest to age gracefully. I'm talking $2 million annually. Johnson is no ordinary citizen. You might be wondering, what is he doing differently? He exercises every single day and takes his last meal at 11 a.m. His routine leaves his fellow 40s men in awe. And the best part? He's not just content with looking younger. He hopes to achieve eternal youthfulness. In this video, we unravel the secrets behind his fitness regimen, medical procedure, diet, and everything he does to maintain eternal youth. He raised the bar so high, only a chosen few with deep pockets can dream of following in his footsteps. Stay tuned till the end for the details. You've probably heard about Bryan Johnson, a former tech entrepreneur trying so hard to live forever. After making a whopping $800 million in the payments processing business in Chicago, Johnson is now devoted to becoming a rejuvenation athlete. He spends most of his time working on his body and his sleeping hours tracking everything about his body. Even more shocking is that he doesn't have a publicist, yet his quest for immortality is overseen by a rotating staff of healthcare professionals. The new Bryan Johnson started in 2020 when he had an epiphany about his life choices. Since then, he has been on a mission to optimize his health and de-age himself, following a militant diet. This 46-year-old man has a $2 million per year routine, which he called Project Blueprint. He describes the project as a tool for preparing humanity to thrive in a world dominated by artificial intelligence.
I'm the first human to opt into an algorithm that takes better care of me than I can myself.
This is little wonder his slogan goes, "Don't die." Well, this man doesn't care what present-day humans think. He's more interested in what 25th century people think of him. The question is, how far can you go to look younger? The details of this routine are shocking. However, we'll take it in bits, so you see what a typical year in Johnson's life looks like. First off, this health guru starts his day at 5 a.m. and participates in an hour-long high-intensity workout. He doesn't train for endurance or muscle building. Instead, his workouts are designed to slow aging and maintain optimal health. His routine gets his heart rate to 106 to 159 beats per minute. Johnson's daily workout includes the same 30 exercises familiar to every gym goer. I'm talking about face pulls and tricep extensions. However, he does something more unusual, like Poliquin step-ups and tibialis raises. For many of these exercises, he performs only one set and works in the 10 to 15 rep range, with no breaks in between. Johnson's daily workout also includes sled pulls, scapula shrugs, suboccipital stretches, resistance band pull-aparts, external shoulder rotations, weighted hamstring stretches, a couch stretch, and lots more. And next is his diet. Johnson starts every day with a juice concoction he calls the Green Giant. It is packed with goodies like creatine, collagen peptides, and spermidine. This is followed by a strict vegan diet that never exceeds 2,150 calories.
So I'll wake up in the morning and I'll drink this Green Giant.
Every day between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m., he eats 3 vegan meals. The first is nutty pudding, which is a blend of seeds, nuts, berries, and pomegranate juice. This is followed by a super veggie, comprising black lentils topped with broccoli and cauliflower. The third is a rotating dish consisting of vegetables, nuts, and roots. But as you know, this regimen is expensive. It costs him around $1,684 monthly to maintain. Because his anti-aging protocol is based on nutrition, exercise, and supplementation, he takes a staggering 111 supplements daily.
This is what I take on a daily basis of supplements. It's alphabetized, and we have a year's supply of everything we do.
While this intense regimen is absolutely bonkers, it works for him. He once told BBC that his left ear is 64, his fitness tests say he's 18, and his heart is 37.
My diaphragm is 18, my left ear is 64, my heart is 37. Biologically, I'm hundreds of different ages.
Johnson doesn't stop at exercising and dieting. The tech mogul also receives blood from his 17-year-old son in what he describes as the world's first multi-generational plasma swap. The first exchange happened in April 2023 at a medical spa and wellness center in Texas. His son, Talmadge, and Johnson's 70-year-old father, Richard, were present. The clinic uses platelet-rich plasma to regenerate hair in men suffering from male-pattern baldness. If this could work, Johnson thought he could try it out too, but then he had a more daring idea. He described the process as the sweetest and most emotional experience of his life. He was infused with plasma extracted from a liter of blood taken from his son's body. Johnson had some of his blood removed before receiving the plasma from his son. Earlier, he received plasma from an anonymous donor, but after his son indicated interest in helping, he enlisted him in the project.
It's still experimental. It's not ironclad yet, but if you want to try it, I'd be more than willing to offer you my plasma. And my son overheard the conversation. He's like, Dad, I'm in.
While blood transfusion helps him stay younger, Johnson has another trick up his $2 million routine. He's trying hard to keep his manhood operating optimally for as long as possible. The biohacker said he's been treating erectile dysfunction through focused shockwave therapy. Here's how this technology works. Johnson sits on a chair, and a technician uses a wand to shock his penis through acoustic technology. This technology has a broad range of applications and is also perfect for erectile dysfunction. Although he does not experience erectile dysfunction, he's not taking chances. The shocks are not electrical but create micro-injuries. And yes, Johnson admits that this treatment is painful, but then the pain is 710 and a 910 at the tip. He's about 4 months into the routine, and the result is mind-blowing. Well, the 46-year-old claims that his penis feels 15 years younger. While this is on, Johnson undergoes treatment on his genitals. He monitors the impact on his nighttime erections. He recently showed off the small sensor device he straps around his penis to measure the strength and duration of his erections. In his words, the data on erections are important because it represents psychological and cardiological health. People are not familiar that nighttime erections are actually a meaningful health indicator. Johnson's average nighttime erection lasts about 2 hours and 12 minutes. This matches up to his chronological age. To get to the level of an 18-year-old, he needs 3 hours and 30 minutes of nighttime erections. Considering that he goes all out for this routine, he could hit this mark pretty soon. Up next is another bizarre strategy in Bryan Johnson's Project Blueprint. This one involves slimming down and reducing his facial volume to appear younger. Johnson calls it Project Babyface. And no, we're not just talking about using expensive facial cream. It goes beyond that. He got skinny in the first year of this trial and lost a lot of facial volume. Last year, he took to Twitter to share his progress and ask his fans how he's doing. He shared a selfie of himself to measure reactions. Apparently, netizens reacted differently. A user noted that his new look feels synthetic. Another user commented that his skin looked inhumanly pale and was a turnoff to many. Well, Johnson rarely pays attention to negative comments. He recalled that a decade ago, he was depressed and wanted to let go. Luckily, he got his grind back and held on tightly to life. There's no going back at this point. Speaking of not going back, Johnson is part of a group that volunteered for a $25,000 pop treatment in genetic enhancement. Yes, it does sound scary. The treatment is hosted by MiniCircle, a company backed by tech billionaire Peter Thiel and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. The experiment is held in Roatan, a tropical island off the Honduras coast. Well, it is hosted outside the U.S., thanks to complex regulations. Johnson believes that the treatment could enable him to achieve his lifetime goal of living up to 200 years old. He told Bloomberg that the experiment is built on diet, exercise, and sleep. Gene therapists promise they can help him achieve his goal. How? They can create more follistatin in his body. This is a protein that triggers a process in the body connected to muscle production. This gene treatment has been greeted with skepticism from the scientific community. They say it does not have sufficient peer-reviewed evidence to support it. Some neuroscientists fear that it could induce cancer or liver failure. With nearly 30 doctors monitoring every part of Johnson's body, he's well on his way to achieving eternal youthfulness. Better still, he can gain a few extra years. Would you try out this routine if money isn't a problem? Share your thoughts in the comments below. While at it, hit the like and subscribe button to get a front row seat to the latest health tip. See you in the next one.